I wanted to show you something that I did yesterday. As you recall, I'm getting ready to do the quail. You just saw their hutch out there. And I'm building some cages. Now, I didn't want to build big tall cages because I wanted to be able to move them in and out of the little shop over there, of the shed. I'm generally using the plans from Caternic's Corner, and Terry has put a cut list out there on his YouTube channel where you can go and check out he builds a 5-foot quail hutch. It's a 3-tiered. So I built mine 4 feet, and they're 2-tiered. And I think for the small hobby farm quail thing that I plan to do, I think this is going to be just about right, because then I'll go buy some more wood and make 2 more cabinets just like this, and then I'll have one side for breeders and one side for egg layers, or maybe 3 for egg layers and 1 cage for breeders and that kind of thing. We'll see how that works out. I'm kind of excited because our incubator is supposed to arrive Monday, and so we'll start getting some equipment. Currently, they don't have any wire, but I built them too high, and these are going to be where the doors are, right? So they'll have wire. So they have wire on them when they get done, and then I'll have hinges, and they'll hinge up like this, so I can get into them. Because that way, if I forget to latch them or whatever, then it won't matter, because these doors are heavy enough that they'll be able to swing down and pretty much stay closed. And then underneath there, so the door will be out, but then underneath here is where the tray will be, and it'll have a lip on it that it'll stick out about this far, and it'll have the roll out. So the floor where the birds actually will be angled, and the eggs will roll out as they land, because quail just lay eggs wherever they are. I kind of mirrored them, so the doors would all be on the same side or be close to each other. So it looks like that door is going to be kind of tight, but that's okay. I'll have to trim some of that off a little bit, or I'll move it around to find a place where it fits better. But that way all the doors are right there together, and I can get in and out of them, and I don't have to move around a lot when I get in there. So that's the idea anyway. So there's 2 cages, well, 2 cage banks. It's going to actually be 4 cages. So this should give me enough room for about, I'd have to go double check, but I think this is going to give me room for about 30 or 40 birds, depending on how I use them. And I'm kind of excited about this part. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, so I'm pretty excited about this. But what I wanted to show you was I finished the quail cages. And this is what they look like. So like I said, these are a modified version of what you can get on Caternic's Corner from Terry's plans. And I made a couple of changes that are different. The only one that's kind of bothersome is this rollout tray might be at a little bit too much of an angle. So I may have to move it, because it also makes it really hard for me to get to the poop clean out tray. I mean, I can't even hardly get to it. So that is going to be a problem, because I can't get that tray out of there. So I'm going to have to change the angle on this one, so I might not be using that one for a while, but I'm able to get them out from all the rest of them. And this one has a shallower angle. So I decided on this cage to just build it out of the normal wire, and this cage seemed to come out much cleaner than this cage where I tried to put the vinyl covered wire on the bottom. But just looking at these already, this is probably the proper angle, and this one I got the angle off a little bit on the rollout tray, so that's probably a little too steep. So I'm gonna have to fix that one, and instead of doing it like Terry did where he put screws in it, I nailed mine in, and so I'm gonna have to, I may have to end up tearing up some of this a little bit to see if I can get it fixed. But I wanted to show you the end product. So because I have a small shed, I couldn't build the 72-inch or 74-inch tall ones. So these are 48 inches tall, and I want to say they're 37 inches wide or whatever the plans call for. So really the only thing I changed was the height of the overall cabinet itself, so it fits in my shed. And then on the back, instead of putting plywood on the back here, I used Coroplast, which is also called Coraflute, which is just, it's this corrugated plastic, and they make political signs out of them and rental signs. They make signs out of them and things like that. It's just plastic. And I had a bunch of sheets of it from when I did a Velomobile build. Put that on the back. So that'll keep all the poop off the wall and stuff. Hopefully it'll keep the cleanup to a minimum or a lower cleanup. And like I said, poop trays and things like that should be fine. And that's it. So I did order some eggs yesterday, so from My Sharp Farm, so hopefully those will come pretty soon, and we'll get rolling on them. I mean, I didn't, you know, everybody seems to be out of the jumbo browns, so I guess they're not in season for some reason right now. So, or either that or everyone just purchased them, everyone just bought them up. So it's coming up on the end of June, 1st of July in 2020, and nobody has any browns. So I think I ended up getting Italians and Manchurians, I think is what they are. I'm just gonna try them. If the eggs work and the birds work for meat, then I'll be good. And then when somebody gets browns in, then I'll get some of those and try and raise some of those. So there you go, that's the quail hutches, and that's what it is. So thanks for watching, and until next time, cheers.